gotta get this beam up on top of this to sit it up on top of there. If I can do that, I wonder if I'm strong enough to do this higher. Now, I thought that'd be a lot harder. Oh, take this crap off since it was useless. Yes. Oh, the rigging, the rigging, the rigging. Oh well. At least I got to learn yesterday my trailer was good enough to haul that on forklift. That's all yesterday was about is a failure. Trying to lift this thing with a block and tackle type of brush. But it's alright. I bought and rebuilt that trailer with the intention of being able to haul this forklift. Never was quite brave enough to try it, didn't have need until now. Oh, but now I gotta get this right to the edge. And I think I'm gonna put a clamp on it. I think I'll put a clamp on the end of the pallet forks, that way it doesn't want to fall off. I swear I had a clamp on the daggone forklift the other day. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know if that's down falling. Let's left it down there. Maybe another one, vice grip or a clamp or something. Vice grip will probably work just fine. I don't have to send the toolbox over here. Too much crap. Too much crap. Drawers on drawers. That. Come on over here, everybody. Let's get a closer look at what I'm doing here. So, let me refocus. to keep this stuff from sliding off the end of these pallet forks. I want to clamp them somehow. Where that other pair of vice grips are. To locate. Yeah, we have to keep heat on these things. Alright. Don't know. But this will work. I'll work right, this shouldn't fall off anyway. And I've got the one. Move it back there so I can get it right. It's not getting up back. Yeah. This is in the wrong place now. I've moved it. Back. Okay. Get this one back. I had to redo all this the other day. Alright. Gonna take that. I'm gonna pick it up. And we're gonna try to get the beam floating right above those floating right above those right there. Then I'm going to get up there with a ladder, throw a couple bolts through if I can get them, pull them together, and then we'll work on getting down here. We'll square and line everything back up, try to get the width at the top to match the width at the bottom, and then we should be able to drill some holes in the concrete and anchor this thing down a little bit. Then we got this side over here we got to do. But before we get too cocky and arrogant, let's just see if we can do this without killing anybody, without dropping this. Totally home alone, the way I like to do it. And let's see if we can drive this forklift, which is questionable because the brakes stick on it, and once it gets warm it revs up a bunch and it runs a lot idles higher, which I guess I could adjust that in the car. This forklift I got 8 or 9 years ago has literally been sitting at the farm. Alright, so let's crank this up, level this, see what we can do. folks, we're up. I did not knock the wall over, even though I could have came close on it. And I set the carbon monoxide detector off, which shut all the air conditioners off in the house, which was cool because I didn't know to do that. So that's good to know. Luckily nobody else is here right now. It's time to be doing stuff where I'm working way above my head on ladders.
There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air.
Alright, let me shut her up.
Emergency.
Yes. Thank you
There's
for
carbon
saving my life.
monoxide.
Open
Press
the
to
doors.
silence.
Press the silence.
There's carbon
Hold the
monoxide
silence.
in the basement.
All
Move
right.
to fresh air. Carbon monoxide alarm silenced in the basement.
I've got to buy more of these. There's another smoke alarm somewhere that's going off. It's driving me nuts. Don't know where that is, but anyway. We'll deal with that later. So I've got to push this a little bit that way. Such an interesting way to work. Still wondering why I built this thing, to be honest. I don't have any use for it right now. I'm literally just building it by one. And now I've got one. Nuts, bolts, all the hardware that I bought that's somewhere around here. Easy to find conveniently, all in one location. Ah, yay. Tools. Got tools like wrenches and sockets and impacts. Here's a impact wrench. To work. Put on the other end. I'm not even close to done. Those are magic pliers. All one magic door. Come on. Yay, that'll work. Big whole bag. Just build 7 nuts and bolts. Lock washer. One lock washer. Alright, fall out from underneath me, ladder. Stay there. Now, comes some air in the new room. This is interesting. How am I going to move this? Maybe I need to get in the center with the ladder. Kind of gently collide it, even though steel on steel can slice. So hopefully we'll have luck. That little piece of metal I put in to hold everything up is a little questionable. Carbon monoxide. No joke, folks. It's definitely carbon monoxide poisoning. If I lay down on the floor, as well as laying in a puddle of sinks. I'm getting that one time for all the folks that'll ever know. Carbon monoxide poisoning. Lays on the floor, and you breathe it in, and then you don't carry any oxygen to your brain because the carbon monoxide attaches to the molecules, and you end up being about passed out and feeling real sick in your stomach. Really bad headaches.
There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air.
It's TFU, man. It's TFU.
Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air.
Damn, carbon monoxide is.
Emergency.
Got the door
There's
open.
carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence.
I do give a gentle look at.
There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Emergency. There's carbon monoxide. Press to silence. There's carbon monoxide in the basement. Move to fresh air. Carbon monoxide alarm silenced in the basement.
Come on, girl. I know that you work. Cool, that one is ran on batteries. So the batteries have to be replaced. Then it's guaranteed. Just like all things. Well, the benefit over here is I actually seem to be not too far off. Yeah.
carbon monoxide alarm is over.
Yay! We made it through the carbon monoxide alarm. Oh shit. The fumble hands is not over. Maybe I should over. Whoa. See you later. Whoa. There we go. Get that right on. Where's this trolley? We're gonna ride on top of this stuff. Where this passes. Yeah, I put them in this one. Yeah. I don't know what other alarm's going on, but it's damn annoying. It's more sensitive than these. Well, no, these have got more. These are getting more fresh air than the other ones. Oh, that one's upstairs. Oh, that's that other one I put in here. It's up in that space. I remember that. It's not in the house, it's in here. Son of a biscuit eater. Okay, I don't know what all we captured on that, if the camera went off or not. But over here, got her bolted and bolted. You know, I didn't anchor these posts down yet because I didn't, you know, who knows if my measurements are right. Between me and God, nobody else, right? When this is done, they'll all be perfect. I'm gonna drill some holes, throw 2 anchors in, one on each side, right in the center there, because I've got bigger anchor bolts for the corners, I think, that I'm going to use. I don't know, I don't have to use the bigger ones, but I want to drill some holes, get 2 anchors in there at least, so I can hold this thing down. I'll come back later with some shims and stuff and do more anchors around them, but I'm going to try to get 2 anchors in each one of these to hold this thing down so it doesn't fall over tonight. And I'm worried about it falling towards the center, so I'm going to put an anchor on each outside side. And the battery's dead on this thing. Getting ready to pick this I-beam up and put it on top of those 2. I bolted her down. Got a little bit of stuff to keep me from dropping her right there. Tilt her back just a hair before I go. And go and put her up. See if I can do it without killing myself. Alright, got it up. No death tonight. Didn't take near as long as the one last night. Bolt drilling the bottoms. Hitting the top. Still, I've not aligned it all yet. You know, nothing perfectly straight. But once I get the bridge across, you know, set, then what I'll do is I'll run it to one end, level and tighten, run it to another level, you know, basically get it all clear and stuff there before I do too much aligning. I did realize that I put this in a spot, totally gonna have to move that hose reel this way a little bit to clear that post. But there we go, another one up. Now I gotta bring in the last beam, put it on the sawhorses, measure, cut, drill, all that stuff, and then I've got to build the things for the trolleys that'll hook onto this. So still 2-3 days worth of work, 2-3 nights. We'll see.